Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. Welcome. Nah, it was garbage. Listen, let's have a conversation, shall we? Me and you, right now. Let's have a talk. I'm I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Hi Muffin. Muffin watches my shit now. That's cool. Like my kids' friends are like following me. That's cool. So hey Muffin, I'm an easygoing fucking guy. All right. I'm pretty chill. Like I like quiet evenings at home. I like cuddling with the wife. I'm pretty easy breezy beautiful. Like I don't bother people. People don't bother me. I just kind of do my own thing and we go from there. There are, however, things I don't like. I have peas. I really feel like I should have a comb in my hand or something. I feel like I should be combing or something. See, and now I'm going through drawers again in my videos. Can't do that. I guess I won't get the comb. Shit. You know what? Asia's brush is over here. Let's do that. Oh shit! Now I dropped it. Oh, now I'm just gone. Oh, look, I'm back. Hey. So there are some things that I just don't like. There are some things that are just kind of pet peevy to me. Like I don't like to be treated like I'm stupid. That's important. Don't talk to me like I'm dumb. I'm not. Like I'm 44 years old. I'm fairly clever. I'm navigating through life semi successfully. Don't talk to me like I'm stupid. Like that's just such a problem for me. Like I hate the phrase, does that make sense? Now I understand why people have to ask why does that make sense because they just want to make sure that you're comprehending it. I get that. But maybe it's the way sometimes it's said that just really irks the fuck out of me. So I hate when people say, does that make sense to you? Like they say it in such a way like I can't make sense of things without them explaining it to me. And that's bothersome. But the one thing that bothers me the most, like, I mean, the most out of anything else in my life, is when people tell me what I think. Like, when you come to me and tell me what I think or what I believe or what's on my I don't need that shit from you. Who is the most qualified person to tell you what's on my mind? That would be me. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I should be thinking? You don't. How would you feel if I came to your place and told you what you thought? You probably wouldn't like that shit. So don't do that shit with me. I hate to be told what I think. And here we are, we're having an honest conversation. We're only a couple of minutes in, and I was debating on whether or not I even wanted to address the topic. But this is for me. And this is to get shit out because I don't want to have shit pinned up. And it's just not for me. I got too much other shit going on. Like, my life is really good right now, and I don't need any negative bullshit in my life. So, let me break it down for you in great detail. First off, I'm petty, and usually when I tell these types of stories, I leave names out because I don't want to call people out. But then there are times when I'm feeling real petty, and I'll do it anyway. I'm on the fence on whether or not I want to call people out by name here. Not that it don't matter, but in my mind, I've kind of decided against it. Here we go. Let me deal with this real quick. I posted a video yesterday, and I'm telling my son, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. It's the prodigal son." My son's a teacher now. Understand that my kid dropped out of homeschool. He was not he was not a school oriented person. But he came to me on his own and said, I want to go to school for this. He organized it all himself. He put him through school by himself. And now he's a teacher. Imagine that. Like, seriously, like, I don't know how computer coding works or how the computer coding field does its thing. But in this field, 10 months is more than enough time for him to be good at what he does. So now he does it. And wow, I'm impressed. Like, I tip my hat to my kid. If I had on a hat, I would tip it. I tip my hat to my kid. So I did a video just talking about how fucking great my son is. Now, I labeled it the prodigal son because I've always called him the prodigal son. I am aware that there's a biblical story, but that's not really what it is. Just he's the I was thinking prodigal. Maybe it's just a bad way of thinking. Maybe I need to rearrange my way of thinking. But I always kind of associated prodigal with like prodigy. You know what? We've got the internet and shit. Let's look this up. Like, what does prodigal mean? Because I could be wrong. Prodigal. Prodigal, spending money or resources freely and recklessly, wastefully extravagant. Having or giving something on a lavish scale. A person who spends money recklessly in an extravagant way. A person who leaves home and behaves recklessly but later makes a repentant return. You know? Okay, before I rule on that, let's look up prodigy. I mean, I clearly realize that I'm wrong here now. Like, prodigal, probably not the word I wanted to use. Prodigy, a person, especially a young one, endowed with exceptional qualities or abilities. Okay. So I could see how I would get prodigy and prodigal mixed up. These are two different things. But I'm still going to stick with the prodigal son because I can attribute that to some of the lower times that we had. Because even my son will tell you he used to be a fucking juvenile delinquent. He was not the best kid. But look at him now, a teacher at an esteemed school for computer programming. So I titled the video The Prodigal Son, and I had a friend of mine remind me where the prodigal son story came from. And I was like, oh, absolutely, it's from the Bible. I know, I get that. But again, super atheist. Like, damn near anti-theist. No, I'm not even damn near. I'm anti-theist. I am against theism. Religion does nothing for me. It's a book of fairy tales written by goat herders, and they didn't know what they were talking about, and they were trying to explain the world. These are parables. These are stories. It's Aesop's fables, dude. Really. So this friend of mine says, well, you know where that's from? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's a fable, the prodigal son. I'm aware. Thanks. So she responds. She's like, oh, no, it's not a fable. It's real. It's like, how did you determine it was real? What did you do? What steps did you take? Do you know the guy? Were you there for the story where the guy was like, oh, my son took his money and then he was a drunkard and then he came back? Were you there for that story? Are you? It's like, how can you tell me that this is an event that happened when you can't tell me where it happened, when it happened, who the people involved, and the book itself is known. It's known for being heavily edited. I'm sorry. The truth needs no apologetic. There should be no reason for. There should be no context for the truth. The truth does not have a context. The truth is truth. Period. This story is not true. This is a story like the ant and the grasshopper. You know, it's one of those. Oh, you got to save up for winter. If you want something, you got to work hard, and then you get it. It's that sort of thing. And I'm going to continue to call my son the prodigal son because he is. We came from very humble beginnings, and we have now moved our way up. And while I wouldn't consider our 2-bedroom apartment here the most extravagant place in the world, we're good here and we're happy. So she goes on to say, she's like, oh no, the story's real. I'm like, no, this is a biblical account. You know I'm an atheist. I don't put any stock in the Bible. And then and here it is. She says, you know it's real. No the fuck I don't. No the fuck I don't. Don't tell me what I know. Don't tell me what I think. Don't presume to know what's going on in my head at any given moment because you can't. My wife knows me inside and out. She knows me better than I do. She can anticipate my needs in a way that is almost not humanly fucking possible. But she don't know me. She can't tell me what's on my mind before I can tell me what's on my mind. How presumptuous of you to think that you are qualified to tell me what I'm thinking more than I can tell me what I'm thinking. And no, I don't think the story of the prodigal son is real. No, I don't think the Bible is real. No, I'm not suppressing the truth so I can sin. Fuck that. None of that shit's me. Even in my worst, when I was religious, I was just talking to my son about this today. Even at my most religious, we were in a homeless shelter, for God's sakes. And we would pray every night. And we would say, thank you for the day. And we'll try to do better tomorrow. It was never, stop all those who transgress against you, Lord. I was never one of those people. I was thankful for a day. Thankful to try again the next day. That's it. Since then, I've looked into this shit. I've dedicated a great deal of my life to research in this area. And I'm telling you, I just don't see it. It's just not a thing. The biblical God, in my opinion, does not exist. Am I open? Sure. If you've got some evidence, bring it on this way. I'm all for that. But don't tell me that I know. Don't tell me what I believe, because you don't know. I can tell you what I believe. I don't believe in a God. I don't believe in a devil. I don't think there's a heaven and a hell. I don't think there are pearly gates. I don't think that there are angels. I don't think there's demons. I don't believe in witchcraft. I don't believe in the supernatural. And I don't fuck with magic. Leave me alone. I take the credit for everything that I do. I also accept blame for everything that I do. I am accountable for my own actions. I don't need a book to be my moral guide. If you need a book to tell you not to stab people, you've got problems. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. So no, don't come here and tell me what I think, because I know what I think. And I've got friends, like, I will call them out by name. My friend Devon, he just had a baby recently. I say recently, it's like the baby's like almost 6 months now, could be longer. But it's like, he's a diehard Christian. His wife's a diehard Christian. I wouldn't presume to tell them what I thought they thought. Like, I would have to ask him what he thinks. It's like, he's a Christian, so I'm fairly certain that he believes in a God. He thinks he's going to go to heaven. He's going to, all his friends and family will all be there waiting for him, whatever. Like, that's what he thinks. That's cool. There's no evidence to support this. There's nothing out there, and in fact, there's evidence to the contrary that would tell you that the earth is not 6,000 years old, that it wasn't flat, that there is no God, we can't find the ark, no one parted the sea, there was no flood. Like, we know these things. These are factual things. All the fossils we dig up show us the age of the earth. These are all things, but that's just besides the point. Because let's remove religion from this for a moment. That's not what this is about. What it's about is one grown person telling another grown person what they think. You don't know what I think. You have no idea what my thoughts are. You have no idea what my beliefs are until you fucking ask. And when I tell you what my beliefs are, don't tell me that I think otherwise, because now you're informed. Now I've told you exactly what I think. But now it's like, oh, you know it's real. No, I don't know it's real. No, I do not. Because I do not accept it. No. It's just not. It's not my jam. I don't fuck with religion. I just don't. Well, where do you get your morals from? Dude, I'm just a good person. You know, we help out homeless people from time to time. I don't kick puppies. I pay my taxes. I didn't devote my life to the fucking Lord, and I'm not gonna. But also, I'm a decent people. That's really good. Oh, dropped you. Then I caught you. Welcome back. Oh, it's upside down. What? Hey, there you go. I hate to be told what I think, you know? Don't pretend to know me. Don't presume to know me so much that you think you're better qualified to tell me what my thoughts are. It's just bothersome. It's bothersome. It's disrespectful. It's rude. Like, the person in question believes that the earth is flat, despite the fact that there was this whole fucking documentary on Netflix with the Flat Earth Society, and they were like, oh, we're going to prove it, and then their test proved conclusively that it wasn't on air, and they're like, whoop, guess we got to rethink it. But you know, do you? Who the fuck am I? Like, whether or not the earth is flat has no bearing on my life at all. I'm not taking a boat to the fucking ice wall to see what happens on the other side. Like, I don't believe any of that shit. The same way that the Bible says that we're not even in space. We're in a firmament. We're in a snow globe. There's a glass shield over the entire planet. I don't subscribe to none of that shit either, because that don't make no fucking sense. Like, for 5 seconds, just... But you know what? To each his own. This is what you think. I can respect that's what you think. And we can just go from there, you know? But never once would I go to Devon and Leroy and be like, you guys secretly know that Jesus isn't real, don't you? Because that's not my place. I wouldn't go to my friend, whose name I still did not mention, and tell her, you know that the earth is really round, don't you? You're just being silly. You're going through a phase. Or you just think the earth is flat because you want to sin. What? That don't even make sense. But regardless, like, who am I to tell fucking Muffin that she don't like League of Legends? I was like, I don't. Do you play League of Legends? I don't. The point is, you're more qualified to tell me what you're thinking than I am. So don't come here telling me what I should be thinking, because I don't think that. It's like if you tell me that I really believe in the prodigal son story, if you come to me and you say, oh, you know the God's real and the Bible is true, you are factually in error, because I don't. I just don't. I don't subscribe to nonsense. I have too much to do in my life to be worried about fictitious shit, you know? And by having too much to do in my life just means as soon as I turn this video off, I'm going to plop my ass over here in the bed and I'm going to kick it and I'm going to decide on whether or not I'm going to even do some writing or not. Because that's where I am in my life. Because right now, I'm in a position where I am being paid to be at home while I plot out the next chapter of my life. It's fantastic. My son's a teacher. My wife's in security and she's on her way to becoming a doctor. Me, I'm just security. I don't do nothing else. But also, I have my writing. That's my fucking passion. You can't come to me and tell me anything about me that I don't know, and you can't tell me that I know things that I know I don't, and you can't tell me I believe things when I factually don't. It's bothersome. It irritates me to no end. So to that person, who will not be named, but I will also say hello to Muffin again. Hey. To that person, I say this. Now, I've noticed that you've since gone and deleted all the comments. Fine. You know, it's your right to delete the comments because you want to, whatever. If you have chosen to say, my belief in this fairy tale means more to me than my friendship with Patrick, so much so that every time he posts a video, I have to come out here and tell him that God is real, I don't need to be fucking with you. I just don't. I would hope that you would be respectful enough to just pack it up and move on. Like, I don't come to your channel and be like, ha ha ha, the earth is round, so shut the fuck up. Like, I am an adult. I'm a grown-ass man, and I can say that with some certainty. I am a grown-ass married man with a successful family, and we're doing well. I am of sound mind and body. I am not schizophrenic or bipolar. I mean, I've got anxiety. I mean, I won't lie. I think I've always had anxiety, and, you know, maybe I am a little bipolar sometimes. Like, sometimes I can be really indecisive. But what I do know is that I know shit. You know, I know enough to know what I know, and I'm clever enough to know that there are things that I don't know. You know, oh, Star Trek lens flares. Wrong. Fuck J.J. Abrams. Sorry, couldn't help it. I'm qualified to tell you who I am and what I think and why. That's me. So don't come here and tell me what I think. You know, like, you've deleted the comments, cool. You know, you want to pack it up and move on, we can be civil about it. I didn't say your name. Like, you over here, you know, kicking up dust, starting all this fucking turmoil. Like, I'm not going to call you out because we're friends. And even if you don't consider us friends after this, that's kind of on you. And who am I to tell you that you should? You know, that would be me doing the exact same thing that just fucking happened. So if after this, you and me ain't cool, ask me how many fucks I'm gonna give. Ask me how much sleep I'm gonna lose over it. Like, it's gonna be like, oh man, we're not cool no more. Hey babe, what's for dinner? Like, that'll just be the end of it. Because my life does not revolve around the fucking comment section of YouTube. And it certainly doesn't fall into the lap of people who don't know me enough to know that I'm an atheist and couldn't give a shit less about your biblical claims. Like, I've got religious friends, and we just agree to disagree. We just don't talk about it. It just don't come up. Now, I'm not saying you can't say, "Oh, thank God." Like, if you want to thank God for your accomplishments, if you want to do a thing on your own, and then you want to say, "Oh, I give God all the credit," that's your fucking business. But don't do it to me. I'm not giving nobody my credit. I'm not shunning my responsibilities on nobody. Anything that I do is me. Anything that I say, I stand behind. And if it's stupid, I'll retract it. And I'm smart enough to say that I can retract a stupid statement. I'm an atheist. The atheistic claim is simply, I am not convinced that a God exists. I've looked into it enough to know that many of the biblical claims, including the order of creation in Genesis, is false. I've looked into it. I know enough to know that the age of the earth is billions and billions and not 6,000. It's it's unfathomable to me. I'm not going to let myself unfathomable to me that the observable universe is full of universes. Oh, it's full of galaxies that we'll never ever fucking get to in our lifetimes because they're just so fucking far away. But you can think that you've got all the answers to that shit. You don't. Nobody fucking does. I don't know. You don't either. The difference is I don't pretend to fucking know. And I don't tell people what they know. Like, you couldn't possibly offer me anything that says, hey, look, remember that flood that didn't happen? I've got proof that it did. Now, if you did, like if you produced the boat and then experts came in and they checked the boat and they were like, holy shit, this is the fucking boat. And they were searching through the fucking records and they found fucking birth certificates and bones. Like, holy shit, it's Noah. And the dating says that he's over 900 years old. We can't believe it. I'd be like, holy shit, maybe the fucking flood happened. But you know what? It still don't point to a God. That points to Noah. That points to a dude. You get that, right? You get that any claim you say that's short of fucking God came to me and gave me a high five and then cured my leprosy or whatever, like, it's gotta be some shit. Like, just proving one thing in the book would be not enough for me. It's not. Me finding my car keys this morning was not a gift from God. Me walking into this place and getting hired off of name recognition alone is not a gift from God. That's a gift from my ass worked hard in this field for 20 fucking years to be a decent security guard. Like, it's what I do. It's just what I do. Asia in school to be a doctor is not a gift from God. That's a gift from our bank account because it costs a lot. And when we sit down to eat, I don't close my eyes and pray to the person who didn't cook it. I don't pray to the person who didn't prepare it. I don't pray to the person who didn't fucking buy it. I pray to the person. I don't even fucking pray to her. I just say, hey, babe, thanks for dinner. And that's a fucking enough for me. Sorry, I didn't mean to make this about religion. I didn't mean to go off on a rant for 25 fucking minutes. I really didn't. It just bothers me to no end when people are so arrogant and presumptuous to say the universe can't exist unless I live forever, therefore there's got to be a heaven. Get the fuck out of here. It's so bothering that you think so much of yourself that there has to be some loving, all-knowing somebody who's looking out just for you but also lets kids starve. You know, oh, he cured cancer, but also he gave you fucking cancer. And it's really funny that that motherfucker only cure things that seems to go away on their own or that we can cure ourselves. Like, he never just fucking grows arms and legs for fucking amputee veterans. I never see that shit. Like, I don't see people spontaneously not having AIDS no more. And they say, oh, fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi came in and said a ritual chant. And that kind of shit don't happen. That's why faith healers aren't at hospitals. That's why psychics aren't really finding people when they say, oh, we're going to help them solve crimes. This is fake. It's a story. You get that, right? Like, but I digress. That's not what this is about. This is about, don't tell me what I think. Don't presume to know what I think. Don't presume to think you have an understanding of what's going on up here. Because, God damn it, I don't know what's going on up here half the fucking time. So how can you? You just don't. Nobody does. Asia don't. I don't. So, but you know, I can say with some certainty, you don't. Anybody who watching this, you don't know what's going on in my head other than the fucking 1150 other fucking videos that are on this channel. That's how many channels are on my video. I mean, how many videos do we have? Let's take a look. Joined December 31st, 2015. That's good, but it's not telling me how many videos I have on the channel. Huh? Oh well. Well, it's a lot, dude. It's like 1100 fucking videos. Easy. And it's like you could watch all of these motherfuckers and have a firm understanding of who I am. But in the very next moment, you still wouldn't know what's on my mind because the shit is constantly changing. You know? But I've said enough. And I feel like if I lost a friend today, you wasn't really my fucking friend to begin with because you don't lose friends. Like, Monica Nettles is one of my best friends in the world, and I haven't seen her in 20 years. 20 years. But when we talk on the phone, when we text, we just kick it. That's my boy. Well, she's not my boy, she's a girl. But you get it. That's my homie, and all is well. So if I lose a friend because you believe with all your heart that I know that the Bible is fucking real and I'm suppressing that shit so you can't associate with me, then kick fucking rocks. I don't fucking need you. I don't need that kind of fucking negativity in my life. Shit is on the upswing for Team Harris, and the last thing I need is you coming in here fucking with me. You know? But I'm done. I didn't mean to make this a thing. I just wanted to get shit off my chest, and now I'm done.